At the conclusion of fall semester, Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students Pat Bosco announced his plans to retire after more than 40 years of working for Kansas State University. Bosco, a Kansas State alumni, graduated in 1971 with a degree in elementary education. Since 1979, Bosco has worked in student life in many different capacities. Known as a leader in student life and higher education administration, across the United States, Bosco oversees admissions, student crises, fundraising, and several other aspects of K-State's Office of Student Life. Molly Hackett had the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Bosco for one last Channel 8 interview before he retires.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. What has been your favorite part of being at K-State?
Well, my students. I'll never get over the waving, the horns beeping, the high fives as I walk across our campus. A joy to be around my students every single day.
And you've been here for almost 50 years, right?
That's correct, yes.
And then what would you say has been the biggest thing that you've tried to work on here at K-State in your 50 years?
Well, obviously in student life we've had a lot of signature programs, facility improvements, probably of the culture of our school. I'm overwhelmed by our ability to continue to be authentic, sincere, and caring at a complex university. So I would hope to think that I've added to the culture of our school over the last 5 decades.
Now, after you leave K-State, what are your plans going forward?
Well, our children, both my wife and my wife Susan and I have 2 children. They're both K-State graduates. They live in Kansas City, married K-Staters. We have 2 grandchildren that live in Kansas City, and we'll spend more time traveling. And we have a crash pad in downtown Overland Park that will go back and forth from Manhattan to Overland Park.
Very nice. And then when it comes to passing the torch, what do you hope to do in that transition process to make sure that people are feeling like they still feel supported even though you won't be here?
Well, that would be the easy part. We've put together a tremendous student life administrative team, individuals who care a great deal, that live the motto, putting students first, and that'll continue long after I'm gone.
And then are there any potential people that you guys have picked out for your replacement?
Actually, I'm not part of the process. It's been a national search. They've got a committee that's working with that right now, and we'll just see what happens.
And then when it comes to K-State culture, what would you like the students to do in order to keep fostering a very open and welcoming environment?
Well, to be themselves, to wear purple every day, to continue to say meaningful things about our school. You know, the Princeton Review rated us top 10 University in America in terms of undergraduate education. And they mentioned over and over again, when our students describe our school, they say love. I hope they never forget that.
You hope they never forget that. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. That's all we have for today. Back to you at the desk, Zeb.
Now, you may know that summer is a popular time for hiking, but we'll be taking a look at some tips for those looking to explore different nature trails in Manhattan. And we'll have the latest on uncertain weather the Midwest can bring this time of year.